for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw here, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First down, Bengals.
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. Second and 7 coming up.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
44.
Running from the gun with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. This is Howard on 2nd down, and an alley to run. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Second down and goal. Dalton, he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jordan Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. On for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. Rosen going to run the option right here. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
What tight end? 3 down, 3 down.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conlon. And will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
Everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Jacobs now. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Rosen now, option left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Rosen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Switch. 61, matchbox lights.
From midfield here, Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
A gain of 16 yards. First down.
Andy Dalton now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. On first down, they run with Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Passing. It's Dalton. Caught. Eifert over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. .154 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Motion!
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On second down, it's Jacobs. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Jacobs. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And this time, Rosen will throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Nick Vigil. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. And it's hauled in by Nelson. Touchdown Raiders. J.J. Nelson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Hey, switch gears. Check it.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Dalton here from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
"51 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the lead here. We talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Ross on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Garyon Conley. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On first down, Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Check 26.
Rosen now, option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 13.
64, weak. Hey, alert, alert. Go. Motion.
Rosen on 1st and 10. This is caught. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defense.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. It got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Take it there.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defenses.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check. Monday. Hey, Delta.
After the interception, here's Rosen. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll watch.
Interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul, but as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Rosen now, option left. Now a first carry for their fullback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Rosen looking to throw, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd and goal, Rosen. This will be called about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ryan Grant, his 9th touchdown this season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. It was Isaiah Johnson there to make the stop. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to wind up in a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here you go. 50. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Hey, Mike's 50. Here we go, let's bring it.
Here's Dalton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ross. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Add this game to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 50.
From the gun, Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Now a carry for Jacobs. A gain of 3, second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
Check motion, 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 motion. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Monday. Move there. 57.
Rosen now, option left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to kick it away.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
44.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, Zoo.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand.
We've been around this league for a while. They're starting quarterback almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So Dalton now. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
But these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end. But after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Hey, Mike 50. Mike 50. Mike 50.
They'll try to pass on fourth down. Dalton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick